I think it's good. Yeah.
I know sooner or later it will come, the day that I know I'm in love chill down my bones. Well, it cold like the snow, and I look at my window to see what the universe has in store for me. People passing by in the street will be smiling at me, 'cause they already know what it's like being in love. The sky starts to roll up its clouds, so the sun can't just stop by.
bus